Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be doing a guide for people living with disabilities who want to go to college but have no idea where to start. College in 2025 raises a big question. Is it still worth it? For students with disabilities, the answer depends on more than just tuition, costs, and job prospects. It is about accessibility, accommodations, and support. Today, let's break down what it looks like to navigate college as a student with a disability, from classroom adjustments to dorm life and even guide dog requests. Let's jump in. Before we get started, I want to go over this section real quick, and that is understanding your rights. Students with disabilities are protected under the ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, and Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act. This is kind of like an IEP, but for college. This means that colleges must provide reasonable accommodations once you disclose your needs. Accommodations don't give people an advantage, they level the playing field. How do you get accommodations? Well, the first thing you want to do is see a neuropsychologist or psychiatrist. And you can even request disability forms from your neurologist. Anyone in the mental health field, including social workers, can assist you with getting the right accommodations. The next step is registering with your school's Disability Service Office, DSO, or Resource Center, DSR. Each school has its own name for this office, but they handle all disability-related requests. The next thing that you want to do is provide documentation. And within the school, there is a file where you can upload it on Outlook or with your school's resource center. Step 2 is you can also get a doctor's note or a psychological evaluation, such as an autism test, IQ test, or ADHD test, anything neurological, or you can use your medical records depending on the condition. Step 3 is meet with your coordinator. They can help get your accommodations set up, especially if you need assistive or adaptive technology. And I will also go into the different types of accommodations you can ask for. Section 3 is going to involve common classroom accommodations. These include extra time on tests or a distraction-free testing room. My professor allows people with accommodations to take the test earlier, and they are allowed to miss the day of class. This just depends on the professor and the policies outlined in the syllabus. You can also get note takers, but since most colleges have their PowerPoints on Canvas, you won't really need a note taker. The only time you would really need a note taker is if you were hard of hearing, deaf, or blind. You can also gain accessible materials through ebooks, captioned videos, screen readers, FM systems, and a bunch more. It just really depends on your need. You can also have priority seating, priority registration, and flexibility with attendance. Section 4 is about housing and dorm accommodations. Single dorm rooms for medical or mental health needs are available at a reduced rate. If you are low income and living on campus and are independent from your parents, typically around the age of 24 and above, or if you are emancipated, you can get reduced cost dorms. You can also get wheelchair accessible dorms with wider doorways and roll in showers, fridges for medication storage, and permission to have a service animal. You can also have home nurse aides if you have Medicare, Medicaid, and things of that nature. They will not deny that request, especially if you have a debilitating condition and still want to attend college. Section 5 is guide dog requests. Service animals like guide dogs are allowed anywhere students go, such as classrooms, dorms, dining halls, and there are no extra pet fees. Colleges cannot deny access, but they may ask for proof that the dog is a trained service animal. And some schools even do have service dog animal training so that you can get that certification. Students should notify disability services in advance because some people in the classrooms may have allergies to dogs, or it could be a life-threatening situation with asthma and being around certain animals. So you always want to check before you register for classes. During registration, you can meet with your advisor and the Disability Resource Center, whatever it is in your state or area and college it's called. Section 6 is about navigating college life beyond classrooms. Transportation can be very tricky if you are wheelchair bound, especially if the college is small. Some campuses do offer accessible transportation, but it really depends on the school and whether it's big or small and the amount of distance it takes. I know at my school they have golf carts riding around, picking students up in case they need a ride. For internships and field work, accessibility must extend to these too. For example, if you work an office job and you wear hearing aids or cochlear implants and Baha implants, accommodations are required. If you have to use the phone and landline phones, they have to provide a captioned phone that is hooked up to their office phone number. Section 7, State and School Variations. Public schools usually have more robust systems due to federal funding requirements. However, private colleges may vary. Always check the Disability Services section on their website before applying, or the ADA Act, because some states offer vocational rehabilitation services that help with tuition, books, or even assistive technology. Section 8 is the final thoughts and what we think. So, is college still worth it in 2025? For students with disabilities, it can be if the right support is in place. The key is knowing your rights, asking for accommodations early, and being an advocate for yourself when needed. College isn't just about academics, it's about creating an environment where every student can thrive equally. I also forgot to mention that some students can request Genio. Genio is a note-taking service and it can transcribe your notes. So also, if you have memory issues and things like that, you can ask for these types of accommodations. And it all depends on how your school provides these accommodations to other students. And you can always ask for reviews and things like that from students who are disabled on campus in the Disability Resource Center. Sometimes they do surveys as well so that you can get what you need. I just wanted to add that on. And I wanted to share my experience real quick. I want to share some of my own experience, as I mentioned, with accommodations at my college. As I mentioned earlier, I do use a note-taking service called Genio, or previously known as Glean, that transcribes notes, which is so convenient and takes a lot of pressure off during lectures. Because if I miss something from my hearing loss that my hearing aids didn't pick up on, the Genio Notes has already transcribed it. I also had my foreign language requirement waived because of my speech impairments from cleft palate. My school is actually the only one in my state that allows that, which made a huge difference for me. Instead of taking a foreign language, I took mythology, and mythology counted because it explores different cultures and things like that. I also had permission to take breaks and step out when I need to. On top of that, I have priority registration and seating, so I can build a schedule that works for my needs, and this ensures that I can hear my professor's voice. I also have advisors who work directly with me and make sure I'm supported. For me, the biggest lesson has been that accommodations are not about getting special treatment, as I mentioned. They're about finding out what works best for you so that you can succeed. Because everyone's support looks different, and that's okay. The goal is to make college accessible and not harder. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Remember that accessibility matters and so does your voice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below more video ideas and what you thought of this one, and share this with someone who might need it. And please turn on the bell notifications to be reminded of when I upload videos. Stay strong, stay you, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye everyone.